Not only did he play football and was an outstanding football player, he also ran track. Their 1,600-meter relay team won the states with his brother on that team as well, and he's also one of the top basketball players here in the city of El Paso. He's an all-city basketball player that right now he's averaging over 17 points a game. As you look at his stats, they speak for themselves as far as rushing stats, over 1,600 yards rushing. We listed Aaron as an athlete because we feel that he is. We feel that he's a guy that could play in the backfield. We feel he's a guy that could play in the slot. We feel we use him as a kick returner and a punt returner. This is a multiple position guy that we're excited about. And again, same thing stands out. Outstanding character, excellent student. Both of his parents are military background in the Army and just very disciplined kids, and you can tell they're workers. So we're excited about getting both of them. And I talked about Aaron first. I'll get to Alvin here very soon. You can throw around. One thing that does stand out stat-wise, he had 100 pancake blocks in his career, and he did not give up a sack his senior season. But the thing that stands out to me is this kid is nasty. This kid finishes every play. He finishes downfield. He plays football like the way you're supposed to play football. He's a throwback player, and he's got excellent grades, excellent family, outstanding character, and he's the type of lineman. We'll always sign linemen here, but when we do, it's going to be kids like this, kids that like to play the game. He's the twin brother of Aaron Jones, Alvin Jones, and the thing that just attracts me to these two young men is everything you hear about them, everything you see about these two young men, they compete in everything they do. They hate losing. You can see it. They refuse to lose, and that is a good quality when you're looking at football players. I love the way that these two young men were raised, just unbelievable parents. Alvin is going to play safety for us, and a unique thing about him was he was moved to quarterback kind of short way through the season, and when he moved to quarterback, they didn't lose a game after that until their last playoff game. That just shows you that this kid's a competitor and he's a winner. He's also one of the top basketball players here in the city of El Paso. He was also on that state relay 1,600-meter track team. So this kid can fly. He's got room to grow. And you'll see right there that we list both those guys at 5'10", 180, but it's very deceiving. They're very long-limbed. Probably since I've been here, every time you open up the paper, there's a picture of one of the Jones boys out there dunking on somebody. These kids can jump. They can run. They love to hit. They love to compete. And I am so excited to get both of them together. And I can't think of anything cooler than two brothers playing and competing together at the Division I level. And we're extremely excited about them. We're excited about the entire class. Again, we kind of laid it out, what we did as far as between high school and junior college, how we did it positionally. We want to be balanced, and we want to be balanced for the future. We're not building this thing for a one-year wonder and trying to win right now. We're building this thing for the long haul. That's why we're going to focus in on high school players and develop them. We're going to take a chance or two on guys that we feel have potential, but ultimately we want players that are productive, and we want players that are good high school football players because that translates into college. And then ultimately we want to focus our initial recruiting on the city of El Paso. We really feel we targeted the top 4 players in El Paso. We got every single one of them. We want to do that year in, year out. And whether that takes us to 4 players or 6 players, that doesn't matter to us. We want to recruit El Paso, and we want to get these kids here because in my mind it brings energy to this program, and we're excited about that. There's every single young man that we signed today, we feel good about as a UTEP minor. We feel good about their character. We feel good about them as student athletes. We feel good about their work ethic. So I tip my hat to the entire coaching staff because we did have a short turnaround getting this thing put together, especially the 3 coaches that were retained, Brian Nacken, who's our recruiting coordinator, Robert Rodriguez, who recruited a lot of the kids from here in El Paso, and Gabe Franklin, who recruited a lot of the kids from Houston, Dallas area. Those guys were relentless. All the kids that we had that were committed to us, we didn't lose any of them. And all the kids that we brought in new, all the kids but 2 that we brought on visits throughout the month of January committed to us. And that's kind of a tribute to those coaches and the outstanding job they did, and all the new coaches that came in. It was a collective effort, and the feedback we got from the parents as far as being treated with class and showing a class operation just shows us that's how we want to do things around here. We want to do it with class, we want to do it with effort, and we want to show everybody that UTEP is going to do things the right way. And this class is a good start for us. To be honest with you, I don't look back at all. My focus every day is going forward. So really anything that's been done in the past, I don't focus on. I did know they did an excellent job recruiting some of the athletes that we signed this year. So again, they did a nice job of targeting athletes, and then ultimately we stayed with some of those guys and finished a job on it. So our focus is going forward, not backwards for 1 second. Well, I'll be honest, just watching the film in general, when we're watching all these kids, we're watching the opponents that play. I think the quality of football in El Paso has dramatically gotten better since I was here as an assistant. Just watching the competitiveness, watching them play some teams outside the districts and beating them, and teams that probably a few years back, maybe they didn't have a chance to beat. So the quality has been better. The quality of athletes that we're seeing on film, in my mind, is better. So I've been very pleased with the progress of El Paso football. And again, we feel we got the top 4 players in El Paso, and we're not going to stop there. We've talked to many of the players in El Paso because of our limited scholarships this year about walking on and earning a chance to earn a scholarship. We've identified those players, and many of those are on board as well. So we're moving in the right direction. We have right now. There is always change when you talk about possible attrition or those type things, but we have used all our scholarships for this year. We did promote 2 walk-ons from last year, Josh Bell and Puentes, the linebacker. And the reason that those 2 guys were promoted, they have been in the program. They've been exemplary in their conduct. They've been workers, and we looked at a lot of different avenues: academics, the weight room, on the football field, and character itself. And both of those guys have been awesome, and that's how you earn a scholarship here at UTEP, and that's going to continue in the future. They're not just going to be handed to anybody. You got to earn it. It was. I failed on one part. I promised my wife that I wouldn't eat in every home that I went in, and I wouldn't eat every meal on the recruiting weekends. So I did fail at that. I did eat at every home I went in. Sometimes when you got 3 visits in one night and they all cook dinner, by the 3rd one it's a little rough. But as far as the recruiting itself, I love the game of football. I love everything about it. I love the recruiting. I love going in the weight room with these guys, going out in the field with these guys. It's a part of the process, so it's something that I really enjoy. It's challenging, and it's a big challenge to start recruiting a kid and finish the job at the end, and we really feel like we got the best kids that fit our class the best. I'm going to tell you probably the same thing I told them. If I told a high school player that he's going to come in and start, I'm probably lying to him. If I tell a high school kid, you're going to come in and we're not going to red shirt you, I'm probably lying to him again. We're not doing that. We're not going to make any false promises. We're not telling any kids they're going to come in and start or compete. They have to do that, okay? It's on them. If they come in and they prove that they're one of the best 22 out there, they'll be on the field. If they prove that they're not ready, they'll probably redshirt. Personally, I prefer to redshirt all the freshmen. But ultimately, 1 or 2 of those guys probably will end up competing. Who they are, I can't tell you that. That's in them. And I expect them all to come in and compete and all come in and try to get better every single day. But we don't give promises like that, just like we would never tell a kid, hey, you're going to have jersey number 4 or jersey number 5, and then they come in and don't get that jersey and they're ticked off. We're not going to operate that way. We're going to tell them that when they do leave here, they're going to have 2 things. They're going to have their degree, and they're going to become the best player that they can become, and then some. So that's the only promises we ever make to any recruit. Numbers-wise, yes, but we're making adjustments with some players on our team guys that we feel could be fullback capable ready. And again, it's just going to be a competitive thing. Ultimately, we want to create competition at every single position on the team. The quicker and sooner we do that, the more wins it will translate into.